Chocolate chip cookies were actually made by accident by Ruth Wakefield. He was the owner of Toll House Inn and added chocolate bar pieces into his batter thinking it would melt. But surprisingly enough, that was when the chocolate chip was born. Throughout my speech, the audience will further their understanding of the history of the chocolate chip cookie and the steps to make them to perfection. The first appearance of the chocolate chip cookie was in the 1930s. The original recipe was made by a guy who goes by the name of Ruth Wakefield. He opened and ran the restaurant Toll House Inn in Whitman, MA. The delicious recipe was first showcased in a recipe book called Tried and True in 1938. Chocolate chip cookies gave comfort to Americans after the Great Depression. They then became even more popular during World War II, so much so that women who had loved ones overseas were encouraged to scrap up whatever they could to make chocolate chip cookies for their soldiers. The chocolate chip cookie then overtook the world with their deliciousness. They went from being homemade to companies making them and selling their own versions of the chocolate chip cookie in factories, restaurants, and grocery stores. People all over the world were looking for new recipes to make this delicious dessert. Today, there are an overwhelming number of different variations on how to make this treat, but I am going to share with you my favorite way to make them. But unfortunately, for time's sake, we will not get a cookie reveal but I will go over what to do after they are done cooking. So your first step is to wash your hands, which I have already done prior to this video. Then you are going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Next, get out all your supplies. You're going to need sugar, light brown sugar, flour, salt, baking soda, vanilla, and your choice of what flavor of chocolate chips. Then you are going to get out either a hand mixer or a power mixer, rubber spatula, your baking sheets, and a big bowl for mixing. Now your first step is going to be adding 3/4 cup of white sugar and with the 3/4 cups of light brown sugar. And you're going to mix that. Once that's all mixed, you're going to add your butter. Scrape off whatever you can. And then once you get that all mixed up, you will want to add your 2 eggs, which they can be whatever eggs you prefer. Your next step is to add vanilla, baking soda, and salt. Mix that once again. Now add your 2 1/4 cup of flour. Now, I chose milk chocolate chips for my choice of chocolate chips, and I measure this with your heart. Alright, now once your dough is all mixed up, you're going to want to grease your pan. I use pan butter spray, and I grease my pan. But for the sake of the time of the video, I'm just going to explain the steps from here. So, first you want to roll your dough into about a dollar-sized coin. This pan can fit about 12 rolls of cookie dough. And once you have that on your pan, you're going to stick it in your oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And once the cookies have rose and are like slightly brown, golden brown in color, you are going to want to take them out of the oven and place them on a cookie rack. Once they are out of the oven and placed on the cookie rack and cooled down for a little bit, you can enjoy your cookies. Today we discussed how to make chocolate chip cookies step by step and how the chocolate chip cookies came to be. I hope that throughout this speech it sparked interest for you to go out and make some delicious chocolate chip cookies.